looks around to see what horrors await. In Shousty feeling it, so too is Bradley Wiggins, who's got ahead of Scarponi now. But there's still distance between himself and Nibali up front. And could we be seeing a change in the order at Sky Pro Cycling? They've sent Rigoberto Urán up front as a stalking horse, but Bradley Wiggins not able to follow the other main favourites, and grimacing and hanging on desperately in there is Cadel Evans, doing a wonderful job, he is too. So Pozzovivo is just ahead, well, by several bike lengths from Vincenzo Nibali as they hit the 3 kilometres to go point. And of the main contenders, the one that's looking strongest at the moment is Vincenzo Nibali. Now it's less than half a minute, so his advantage is shrinking fast. And that's bad news for Sky Pro Cycling. Where is Bradley Wiggins? Can he get back up to this group as it levels off towards the top? The very, very steepest slopes don't suit him. Anything up to maybe 7–8%, not so bad. Anything over that and things get a little bit more difficult. Well, Wiggins is on his own now. And he knows what he needs to do. There are no tactics. Scarponi feeling very, very... well, he's probably feeling awful, I'd imagine.
Well, I think Scarponi went to a difficult section, a difficult part on the real steep section, but he seemed to recover there and getting back there. You can see also getting there, you know, getting to the rhythm a bit here, and we can see here Pozzovivo just holding on out front, but Nibali looking very comfortable there. But I think the danger man there is Betancourt. He seemed to be just waiting, and he is going to certainly put in a big attack here.
This is the front of the race with Rigoberto Urán. His advantage now less than half a minute. Domenico Pozzovivo of AG2R is attempting to chase him down. You just got a shot of him there. Pozzovivo holding a narrow advantage over what's left of the leaders group, with Vincenzo Nibali chasing hard.
Betancourt. Cadel Evans also there in that group. We see Micah from the Team Saxo. So
and it's Betancourt. He managed to get back in there, and that's impressive work by the Colombian rider. So Colombians making their mark.
Sant'Ambrogio from Vini Fantini also just hanging on the rear of that group of 5–6 riders.
Pozzovivo's hanging on to this narrow advantage. Where is Bradley Wiggins? How far back is he? And with just 2 kilometres to go, what are his opportunities of getting back to the Vincenzo Nibali group? He says he's been climbing better than ever. Says he's in the best condition he's ever been in. But for Bradley Wiggins, the very steepest sections, he's through them at this point. So now it starts to level out a bit. It's 3.6% for the final kilometre, and we've 1.8k to go for the race for the stage leader, Rigoberto Urán. Urán being stalked by Domenico Pozzovivo of the AG2R squad, moved across from Colnago to the French team this year. And the Italian rider looks like he's been closed down by Cadel Evans and Vincenzo Nibali. Betancourt in there too, and Bradley Wiggins is not too far back. And just behind him, the Inchausti and Scarponi group. So now, Pozzovivo has been controlled. So his bid for glory, not a successful one, as the gradient shallowed, his advantage narrowed. And now it looks as if Inchausti is going to come up to the wheel of Bradley Wiggins, who's really, really feeling it. So now 19 seconds between from the Maglia Rosa group to Rigoberto Urán up front. And about 23 seconds between this group, including Vincenzo Nibali and Bradley Wiggins, chasing hard. And it's Cadel Evans who's got the word that Bradley Wiggins is in trouble, and Evans sets a tempo to try and eliminate another classification contender, or at least put a little bit of distance on general classification between himself and Bradley Wiggins, and flicks his elbow. Nibali not interested. Vincenzo Nibali, for him at the moment, this has been a wonderful stage. He's been able to answer every question that's been asked. And now Bradley Wiggins has been joined, but no contribution in effort. Attacks coming up front, and it's Betancourt of AG2R. Mike is not interested. Cadel Evans less interested too. They'll try and set a steady tempo. Where is Rigoberto Urán? Inside the last 1.5 kilometres. Betancourt not really a major threat overall. And here comes Urán inside the final kilometre for the Colombian rider, riding towards stage glory.
It's Nibali who takes it up after Betancourt once again. Betancourt, we see there, he's giving his all. It will be interesting to see what's up front, but we can see there that Nibali very active here, and Cadel Evans pushes on again to try and get back to Betancourt, and of course Rigoberto Urán just still holding on out there. It looks like he having, 15-20 seconds of advantage all the time.
Well, Pozzovivo goes to the back of this group on the wheel of Vincenzo Nibali, the race leader. Rafael Maichez in there as Bradley Wiggins continues his lone chase. It's been a desperately difficult hill for Bradley Wiggins. Just when it got to his steepest, as his teammate Rigoberto Urán heading towards the finish. It's been a wonderful performance from him, sent out front, and he was equal to the job, and now he's in a position almost to coast to the finish line, as this group of favourites will jockey for position because there are bonus seconds on offer, and Vincenzo Nibali fancies some of those. Nibali has got a gap, and he's going to take more than bonus seconds, could well take a couple of extra seconds for GC as well, as Urán grimaces and makes the final push in this final slope towards del Montasio. It's been an absolutely stellar performance by the man from Colombia, the man from the Sky Pro Cycling team, as he looks over his right shoulder and sees no rider within sight. He'll push all the way to the line for the general classification time, but inside the final 100 metres, out of the saddle, time to zip up the jersey, and goes to Rigoberto Urán of the Sky Pro Cycling team. Finally, he's able to smile. Who's going to be first to emerge through the dust of the motorbikes? It's going to be Vincenzo Nibali. It absolutely is. He's got a few bike lengths advantage over Cadel Evans, and it's second across the line for AG2R. Carlos Betancourt, who had headed out of that group, and Vincenzo Nibali is trying to distance himself from Cadel Evans. He'll take the final bonus seconds on offer. He finishes third and just pipped by Cadel Evans. Sant'Ambrogio, good performance by him for Vinny Fantini, but no doubt about who took stage honours now. Where is Bradley Wiggins? The clock ticks down. Urán with 20 seconds advantage over Carlos Betancourt, and a half a minute to the good.
As we see, Bradley Wiggins coming in here is going to lose over a minute, and Nibali, of course, at 30 seconds, Evans at 32, Bradley Wiggins at 1:07, 1:08.
So the difficult Giro d'Italia of 2013 continues for Bradley Wiggins, who loses over a minute to his teammate, who took a wonderful stage victory, and in the process lost over half a minute to the group of favourites, including Vincenzo Nibali, Cadel Evans et al. Here comes Franco Pelazzotti. Tough day for all these riders. Sietsu in there for the Sky team, still managed to retain the energy after his efforts to finish well up on the stage. But it's Rigoberto Urán that takes stage honours as Pelazzotti makes his way across the line. And Sean, that was a tactic that backfired a little bit for Sky Pro Cycling, or will they be relieved at least that Urán is still very much a contender?
Well, I think it puts Urán into being in a dangerous position, and maybe the tactic was that they were going to try something further up the climb with probably Bradley Wiggins. But if you haven't got the legs, well then you just leave Rigoberto Urán continue, and it's just difficult to know exactly. But I think it was to make the race difficult for everybody and see what the other big favourites, what way they will react. But unfortunately, Bradley Wiggins wasn't really on the better day, on the best of days, and he just loses that 35 to 40 seconds on Nibali once again, and also on Cat 11s. So the general classification is getting a little bit complicated, more complicated now, because losing time here again today, it puts them that bit further down in the general classification.
Carlos Betancourt is second for the second stage in succession. Vincenzo Nibali takes some bonus seconds with third across the line. There's confirmation of the results of stage 10 of Giro d'Italia, with Rigoberto Urán taking victory for Sky Pro Cycling ahead of Carlos Betancourt of AG2R.